I sing now, O muse, of the tragedy of Pyramus and Thisbe, lovers they were in distant Babylon, their houses separated only by a wall, and yet forbidden to see each other because of a feud between their families. But their love was strong, so they whispered through the cracks in the wall about meeting in secret at night under a mulberry tree. But the fates were cruel, and on that long-awaited night, as Thisbe waited at the tree, a terrifying lion scared her away. So all Pyramus would find was a veil she had left behind, and the lion with its fangs still bloody from a recent kill. Believing that his love had been slain, Pyramus threw himself onto his sword, only for Thisbe to return shortly afterward and, finding him dead, kill herself as well out of sorrow. It is said that ever since that day, the mulberries have borne the dark red color of their blood. We will be performing in Corinth soon. It will be the highlight of the festivities. Yes, we are pretending to be persons other than ourselves. Dionysus inspired me with a great idea there, I must say. You have been to Babylon? One day I am going to take my tour there as well. Never have you heard of a greater pair of lovers than Pyramus and Thisbe, and never shall you hear of another one like them.
Rawr! Rawr! Rawr!
I heard something.
Rawr! Was that okay? I think I've got it now. I think I've got it now.
Got it. Got him. For Siron! For Siron!
Need more energy.
People marvel at the Colossus of Rhodes, but I say the Diolkos is the true wonder of marine engineering. Without it, we would have to sail all the way around the Peloponnese to reach Athens. You see, we load the ship onto this cart in the Gulf of Corinth and simply pull it across the isthmus. It still takes a day, but it's so much faster. The track has deep ruts, so the cartwheels follow them, and we simply have to pull the cart along. Have you ever seen such a thing? The Colossus has collapsed, smashing a kraken. Ha-ha! At least he was good for something then. Yes, that is my ship, the Cassiopeia. We have stripped her down a little, but she is more beautiful when she's fully dressed. Ha 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 ha! Every captain who pays the toll can use this road. It's open to everyone, especially now that the Spartans and Athenians have stopped fighting over it. We will be on our way once the workers return from their break. I hope most of them do come back, what with some of these monsters still running about. We will be on our way once...
Hey, thanks for giving us a hand there. The ships are still okay, thank Fortuna. Just the ships are still okay, thank Fortuna.
By Apollo's grace, I sing today of the great hunt for the Attalian boar. 'Twas in the city of Calydon, where the foolish King Aeneas once forgot to honor Artemis in the harvest sacrifices. Insulted, the goddess of the hunt sent the largest and most ferocious boar the world had ever seen to devastate the land. It destroyed crops and slew cattle, and the terrified farmers had to seek refuge inside the city walls. Tales of the notorious monster attracted many famous hunters and heroes from all over Greece who were seeking to win its hide and the glory of the kill. One of them was Atalanta, a fierce huntress, who some said had been trained by Artemis herself. Though some objected to the presence of a woman, they all banded together for the hunt. And while it was Aeneas' son Meleager who struck the killing blow, she had been the first to wound it, where many others had failed. It was then, after the actual threat had been vanquished, that their worst trouble started with smitten Meleager offering the prized hide to Atalanta instead of keeping it for Calydon. His proud relatives took offense and stole it, which infuriated him. And so Artemis's vengeance went on as Aeneas' family proceeded to destroy itself in a tragic spiral of killing and revenge. What became of Atalanta, you ask? She lived on and devoted herself to Artemis. Later, it is said, she joined the search for the Golden Fleece. But that's another story. I am not sure whether our lives would be better without the gods, though knowing they are gone certainly forces us to take more responsibility for our own actions and motives, both good and ill. Are boars evil by nature? We see them as bad omens, and if they are a threat, they have to be killed. But they are beasts, so maybe we should try to understand them before we condemn them. It's curious, don't you think? How we humans often tend to unite only in the face of a common threat. And it doesn't always take a vengeful goddess to undo this. It certainly didn't in the case of those bandits. Man can be his own monster.
Yes, stranger! We are heading north to the Celtic lands. It would be a long journey for us, but I guess we could use a skilled warrior on board. The Celts are a peculiar bunch, you see. They all wear leggings, like those sissy Persians. But at least they have the weather to justify wearing them. We'll go to the Black Sea, then up the River Danube. The way is longer, but we don't have to pass over land, especially the Alps. I hope you have some good stories to tell. There is one story that the first Corinthians came to be when King Sisyphus grew them out of mushrooms. Similar to how Cadmus had grown the ancestors of Thebes from dragon's teeth. Can you believe that? Mushroom people? Ha! I don't think so. We've just finished loading the ship, so we're ready to go while the tide is favorable.
Skiryn is dead? Finally! And they even had centaurs! That is, I never doubted you. I expect the rest of the vermin will scatter without a leader, which means that at least one harbor will be accessible now. Very good. Here is your reward, as promised. Skiryn is dead?
Aye, my friend!
What the Northern Princes says about these Aesir is most troubling. We have never known that much about them, except that the people in the far north know them as gods. Though some say they may not even be of this world. Unfortunately, the sages in these lands do not like writing their knowledge down or sharing it with strangers. If I remember correctly, we have an agent keeping watch in the area of Glauberg, though. Treveros is his name, but I have not heard from him for a long while. If you can find him, maybe he can tell you more. You should go north and unravel this mystery, Godsbane. Find out the truth behind the Aesir's aggression and help our northern brethren. You should go north and unravel...
Hello. Did you have a safe journey? From Greece, yes? With some good wine, perhaps? We're still loading this ship, but then I can attend to yours. We are the Vindelici. Celts, of course, But so is everyone in these parts. Like you Greeks, we may have a lot in common, but we aren't just one people. This shipment is going to the services, for example. You may have passed them on your way here. This is the Ragnarök. Majestic, isn't it? The harbor gate is just up the road. No wine? Oh, what a pity.